So Waterstones or the Octagon, which I'll probably refer to it as the Octagon more, but you know, whatever. You can maybe see why it might be called the Octagon. So it's one of the OG scrim bases in Planetside 2. It's been around in terms of scrimming for a while, and the kind of tactics and the dominant sides and the dominant positions are kind of really well known. For both these teams, I'm not sure how much like that's the case, just because I'm not too familiar. I've been playing a bit with B-Wae, but especially Salt, I'm not really familiar with the guys in general. I've had quick looks at stats, but you know how one-dimensional those things can be, so we'll see. So let's start with the spawns. You'll have Sunderas here. Get my upscan. And then next to it here. And you'll have your other set of Sunderas here and here. And you have, so the one team will have, so team 1 will have the Sunderas there and there. And team 2 will have the Sunderas there and there. Or something like that. It's similar. Whoops. I think that's the other way around. I think it's there and it don't matter. Right, anyway. The Sunderas are important because all you have to know is that one team there, so the base has 4 points, not 3. A lot of bases have 3 or 1. This is 4 points, right? So the way that this kind of devolves into in a 12v12 is each team have what they call a passive hold. And your passive hold is a point which you don't really need to reinforce to keep hold of. You just kind of keep it with reinforcements coming into the base. No one can really attack it. And for this side, it's the guys who get this spawn here coming out of here. Obviously, their passive hold is C. It's a double stack. It's a bit of a pain to take, and you know you can defend it really well, and it gives you a nice vantage point over the map. The passive hold for the other guys is the guys who get this Sundra here, get this spawn here, and they come up these stairs and they get D. D is, I'd say, of the two passive holds, D is probably the weaker, but it can still work pretty well. So then, obviously, the big points of contention are A and B, and with the base layout in general, you find that the actual, it's kind of, you'll see it's D and A, and then C and B, but you'll find that B is the point that's under the most contention, just because A is a little bit more isolated than B is. B's, like, if you look at the map in general, you have kind of 3 points of convergence. You have people heading from D to then A to cap B, and then at the same time you have people from C and then up what we call hut here. This is hut. Up the stairs, like, or up hut to B. So B is kind of like your main area of fire. This particular bridge here, this walkway, like, call it like hut bridge or something, this kind of area. And if you can, like, maintain a hold over this hut area with a good bolter here, if you plonk a bolter here, he has like 360-degree vision of the map, and he just has to spam at head level. If you can plant a bolter there, it's really, really effective at the space in a 12v12. You can really, like, lord dominance over. Your bolter doesn't even have to be that good, as long as you can just spam shots at head level, which a lot of guys can.
I don't know what this is, but
cheers for the follow spirit.
It's kind of hot.
You'll find that, you know, I haven't showered, I haven't shaved, I haven't really dressed up. I'm wearing the same shirt I've been wearing for 3 days because exams, student life, you know, so face cam, PogJam. Yeah. So yeah, this kind of walkway is kind of key because you can bully. So you think C rooftop would be pretty good for the bolter, but actually you can because you're like high up, you can be bullied quite you know, aggressively. No, there is. It's just I stream at 720p, so you can't see it. I'm gonna shave my eyebrows. Fuck that shit. I should probably do that. I need to get some snipsels, just some magic. I need to get some manicure going on. Look at that. Fuck, you know. All right. Anyway, so yeah, what you'll find is that at this base, if controlling the hut waterway here is really, really important. When it comes to things out of place, so you might think, oh, you can do some cool shit with these towers. Unfortunately, these towers are out. Cheers, Judas.
It's kind of hot.
These towers are out of play. Someone gets on them, yeah. So you can't use the ground lifting anyway.
It's kind of hot.
Here comes the follow train. Okay, so yeah, so you can't really use these grav lifts anyway. You can kind of use them as cover, but you can't go up them or down them or anything like that. Oh, bits off. Here we go. The 1 bits. They're coming in. I ain't gonna complain about So for those of you who are maybe not familiar with the 12v12 rule set, which most of you should be, but you know, you should be, but I'm not saying you are. So when it comes to 12v12, there is they're kind of like your standard scrum rules. There's no shotguns, there's no maxes, there's no vehicles. It's just pure infantry, right? You have one bolt per team. You can have multiple infiltrators, but only one using a bolt action rifle. No Gen 1 SMG, or no SMG heavies, I believe, is the full rule. There is some implant restrictions, and it's mainly based on implants that affect movement speed. To prevent kind of like, because we're all in Jaeger and there's Euros and stuff, and it opens a can of worms with lag, so that's why that's the case. Yeah, 12v12 is one of the kind of the OG game modes. So again, a lot of the class metas, it's I wouldn't say it's stopped evolving, but it's just all kind of been figured out. So there's not much to go off. With the Octagon being over such long distances, like you have the D to A bridge here, and you have like the hut bridge here, you can realistically be shooting guys over here, but especially, so you'll find that actually something like an NS-15 might make its appearance more on the Octagon than any other map, just because the ranges are a little longer, and if you can just kind of pick guys' heads at a little bit more range and sacrifice some DPS, generally you'll be alright. So yeah, bear that in mind. So if you see guys running the NS-15, it's not like a .75 thing, it's not necessarily even like they're like less confident in their aim, and you know it's kind of to make up for that. It's actually probably more to do with the range of this base. Like even running the NS11 on your medic can be pretty useful, just because it's not a bad weapon in the DPS department, but more importantly, the ranges of this base are just a little bit longer than normal. Again, this is the Octagon's kind of a love and hate it map. I think some of us have scrimmed it so much back in the day that it turned into this kind of thing where we played it so much, we'd figured everything out, and we got just completely bored and sick of looking at it. And as a scrim map, it kind of functions a bit like more weird compared to other maps. And speaking of other maps, now I've kind of said this about Watson's. There will be, it's the best of 5 tonight, and there will be another map played tonight. So there'll be 2 rounds at this, like with swap sunders. So there'll be 2 rounds at Watson's, and then should be, in theory, if we go to the ace match, 2 rounds at Bridgewater shipping. So we're gonna go over the Bridgewater shipping while people still get set up, because we've got a lot of time to burn. And we'll go to Bridgewater, or paintball as people sometimes call it. And then I'll give you a rundown. That is on Hossin by the Eastern Warp Gate. So let's go over there now. We'll take a look. And after we do that, we'll start breaking down some of the teams. Well, the teams. We'll start breaking them down. People can talk about stuff. I walked to Windar. I'm very tired right now, okay, guys? Very tired. So, by the way, if my mic does start cutting out, please let me know. But yeah. Let's go to Hossin. So I don't really know the politics behind this scrim, but I guess we'll dive into them after just doing this quick map run. We'll see. People already in the warp gate, thirsty for that game. God knows I am. Alright, let's go. The map is already set up. So we are doing the Octagon first, but Bridgewater will be second. So we'll do a quick run over now, because I don't know if we'll have time between games, because people probably want to hurry up. Alright, okay, so this is Bridgewater or paintball. When it comes to a map, you can see how it's very symmetrical. It's one of the most symmetrical, and therefore you could argue balanced maps in the game. However, I'm not a fan of it. Zipslo's posted the rules doc. I'm not a big fan of this map, and a lot of people aren't. But I'll explain that as we go. So your 2 spawn points are here behind this rock. Oh god, it helps if I slow down a bit. Yep. So here behind this rock here, and the next one is behind this rock here. So identical. When it comes to the middle of the map, you are not able to spot or shoot down here. So you'll find that when we actually get started, there'll be a line of Cortium blocking any access here. Your then main path is up either of the staircases, and then you can run onto point. You've got this orange box here is cover down what we call. So we split this up into lanes. We've got alley, we've got point, we've got jungle. Obviously, it's mirrored on the same time. You've got alley there, point, and jungle. 3 nice distinct lanes. You also have warehouse. In a lot of game modes, warehouse isn't in play. In 12v12, warehouse is in play. You are not allowed to use the warehouse roof, I believe. Just because it's so large and gives such an advantage, it kind of ruins the pacing of the game. So if you want to get to the warehouse quickly at the beginning, you spawn here at your Sundra, and you run down the back, and you've got the grav lifts. Again, there'll be Courtian placed here, so people can shoot each other as they get to the grav lifts. And once you're at the grav lifts, then you can start shooting each other. Warehouse control can be pretty useful. Just have 1 or 2 mad fraggers in here, just bullying the enemy team as they try and harass from alley. That being said, though, if the enemy team already have the point, then 1 guy in warehouse really isn't much of a problem. So you can, they can be avoided quite easily. So you need to bear that in mind. Obviously, coming up these stairs. Oh, the bug. Grab left. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, I'm completely stuck. What the fuck? Alright. Alright, my observer's cam's broken. He's... help! My observer cam has just broken. I have never had this problem before. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, so some issues. Right. Okay, there we go. Nothing happened. Yeah, so obviously it's the same mirror on this side. You can go around chimneys here, if that's what they are. God knows. And, it's a jungle. But in general, yeah, this is the base. On point, you've got the red crate here, obviously. You've got enemy red crate, so, you just say which one's yours and which one's enemies. You've got little flanks from alley. Jungle control can be pretty important, especially if you can use a little head glitch here. Oh, it's less of a head glitch and more just like a nice spot, just to shoot her onto point. Obviously, flanks. So you need to just bear that one in mind if you are playing this. But yeah, so the reason a lot of people don't like this map is because it can be very restrictive. Once you have momentum, and it's very easy to lock someone out of point, and then they're kind of, it's not their spawn, but their entrance into the base is so easy to cut off from both sides. They're just stuck on the stairs. So if you can have people, here on point, just around here, stopping any cut off, like if you have guys in jungle rain, it's so easy to lock someone out the point. And then that's where kind of, having people playing warehouse can be a really good thing. So in theory, you could, get everyone to spawn in, go at warehouse and flank all the way around and flank and get them out positioned. But the problem is that takes so much time that people are going to see that happening, and it's really hard to lock people out. That being said, it doesn't mean it's not a balanced map. It's just for some people it's not very fun. If you like lone wolfing and going off and getting a couple of kills, then it can be a bit of a pain. But yeah, overall, you'll see people as well if we do stream it and we do play it. This little box here, this can be really, really nice to kind of juke people around in. Nothing's more dangerous than a heavy with a commissioner or underboss in this little place here. That's top memes, that is. But yeah, so I think now what we'll do is we'll get into the outfit politics of. So what's going on down here? What's going on? Because even I'm a bit confused. Yeah, your MLG ready caster is confused. No, but really, so I think this is this is a grudge match between Salt and B-Wae. Why they're having a grudge match, I could not tell you. I guess it's to find out who's the best in a 12v12 scrim, right? That makes sense. So for rosters, I don't really know how most of these people are, so I'm sorry. But we have, for the B-Wae team, Team 1, we have Jim Jones, Black, Just Dat, Quinn, Anfor, Bucky, Chippy One, Defensive Shades, Dude is Flutist, Fashion, Fluffy Puck, Kiki, Simple, and Spirit of Spandex. So, people you might recognize there, people I recognize there. There's Kiki, Kiki's probably going to be on Bolt, doing her best. Spirit of Spandex, heavy. Fashion, heavy. Dudist, heavy. Chippewan, probably going to be on Light Assault. I know that boy. The rest kind of heavy and medics. Shade's obviously medic because, you know, you can't medic ball if you're not medic. Team 2 with Salt, you've got Hanju, Sway Barbarian, Master... Oh, come on, don't make me say that. Jiraiya? Yeah, that'll do. Da Sin, Baista, SG Radio, Terran Squad 4, what a name, Master Halot, Shot Madikov, Cryptic Krez, Druid, Sky Spyman. And Team 3 is someone called Nemo in it, brilliant. But yeah, so those are the rosters. You can, you know, say what you're saying. I don't know the Salt players that well, so I don't know who would be their bolter. I think some of you in chat might know that more than me. I just don't. I've never spoken to the Salt guys, to my knowledge. So yeah, that's that. So if you're interested to see who the players playing are, that's you see it now.
User joined your
Shrimpe, it
channel.
started.
Oh, it did. Fuck.
Shrimpe?
You should have said. I didn't hear any whispers,
I'm
man.
moving around and following.
You should have said. I didn't hear any whispers. All right, there we go. Fucking, it's not an NSC. Right, okay, so yeah, the barrel through, like I said, on point. And that was it looks like it's been an easy wipe for the VS, actually. So, like I said, yeah, it's easy wipe. Exactly what I said. So the NC barrel through, and it looks like the VS actually cut them off at the pass, like I said. And what that means is you're cutting the base in half. And you don't really even need to push to see, but this is that training, like I said, it's paying off for B-Wae. Obviously, B-Wae playing VS, Salt on TR. And yeah, it's just kind of what happens. I mean, like...
Both gonna have a hard time breaking that triple stack.
Yeah, if they can even break it, because this... If you get pushed out with triple stack, this is, like, game ending. Because you're just not expecting to have to retake it, right?
Yeah.
It's, you take triple... if they... Like I said, it's your passive hold. If you lose your passive hold, if you can't hold something you're meant to hold basically by osmosis, then... Oh dear. And like this is just utter aggression from B-Wae right now. Even going for the knife. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is simple doing his thing. Look at that. So yeah, B-Wae got this pretty convincingly. So there's been an attack over at D point as well. If you, by the way, if you want a solo cast your own stream, just tell me to stop speaking in TeamSpeak.
This is fine.
Wait, oh shit.
Oh, this is like me fucking learning.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so again, easily shut down. They have pulled a couple of guys away from the C
Looks
point
like
though, so they
good action
can
on C
take
point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so they can take it back now. So
PLC.
TR have got their C point, but it's not a strong hold. They're kind of trickling in, and I think like you have to understand, like, because this base is so open, you don't need all points. You can just sit with A, B, and D, and just you can let them have C and keep them pinned on it.
Like Salt has C under control now, though. Pushing out now.
They haven't resecured D point yet. Is the point bugged, or is there no one being assigned to cap it? I wonder.
Probably no one's on there.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, it does start capping. So yeah, we're seeing the TR are stuck between Hut and B, and they can slowly trickle into B, but like in no real numbers because they're just gonna lose health, like basically when they try and cross.
That's a deadly crossing because.
Yeah. It's just how it goes, and there we go. So you see, like I said about the NS weapons, you're using them to your range advantage, because yeah, you're going to be a DPS advantage in close range, but since this map occurs over like such long ranges, you can actually just zone out better with several people using the NS15s, just because it's going to be easier to consistently hit the guys.
Looks like we got a bolter.
Following just that around. He's going for the commie players. Billy, big balls, and he's dead. So yeah,
breaching C point looks like.
Yeah, kind of. There's some failed conks going out, but it was just one or two guys kind of pushing forward, testing the water, seeing how strong it was inside. They've not really got any breaching force done yet. Meanwhile, the TR, Salt are going to try and like pressure D point, but this is really bad. Like, if you pressure D point with these spawns that you have as TR, it's really, really hard to like just not get spawn camped. And with this Sunday spawn here, basically, for the TR, it's kind of just a write-off. Like, you just don't use it because it's so easy to be spawn camped. Yeah, so they're going to reinforce C again.
What's their plan of getting out of C, though? There's only one way. It's run by B-Wae.
To be honest, when it comes to this, you just have 12 guys versus 12 guys. And at that point, it's just going to be about who can shoot better. There's very little tactic. They're going to have some guys flanking around.
Spawn room.
Yeah. So, like I said, you have 2 guys going towards B point. The problem is they're just going to... they might touch the point and they'll just get wiped, right? Because Salt are losing on just an FPS skill. Yeah, they're keeping people... TR are keeping people alive in C point, but like you need to extend over the map and actually do some damage. Let's take a look. Oh, so he went to touch A point, right? So you see that's pretty good because if the VS are very organized, everyone's just gonna kind of sweep back there instead of just one guy being assigned. But it looks like one guy's being assigned, and they'll see. So it's,
A point's gonna get slapped. There's 3 people on him.
Oh yeah, three guys, and I say it was a bit of an overreaction. Because they sent so many guys back, they lost their foothold on Hut to B, but they'll probably keep it. Yeah, exactly, that's it. And they're getting it back now, yeah, but it's a little bit... If you want to be a nitpick, that was a bit of a sloppy move, sending so many people over in one direction. But it worked out, and you get to a point where you can effectively just... Instead of having to split your forces up, when you've got such a dominating presence on the map, you can just roll around as like one giant unstoppable force. And by doing that, it's actually quite an advantage. And there we go, seeing a heavy gun roof jump up.
Oh,
so that's just nasty. And he's going to keep alive as well, just constantly be a thorn in the side. Beautiful, beautiful plays. He got back. So now is the C breach. A lot of resonades coming out. It just looks like the TR just aren't able to compete in just terms of a pure aim duel.
Yeah. Aim-wise, it's just no contest. B-Wae is taking the upper hand easily.
Like, if you look at the difference in the heavies, when they've, like, all of the B-Wae heavies, all the VS heavies, they're crouching actively, you know, they're movement metering. You're not seeing that from the TR heavies.
Well, they're playing on live right now instead of actually a scrim. Oh, looks like they're pushing out to C point right now, but I don't think they're going to get anywhere.
Exactly. They've got this medic ball, but they're so... Oh, there, look at that beautiful conking so many guys. They've actually as well, so they've split 2 guys up, 2 medics, not even a medic and heavy. 2 medics going towards B point through stairs.
Got 1 on B.
I mean, like, let's be real. Okay, so it's great you're touching B and all, but if you look at the time on the timer and the dominance that the VS have had, yeah, you may be wiping them now, but the wind's out your sails. You're already playing on the back foot. That's really dangerous to do on a map like the Octagon. In fact, B's already been tickled down just by a couple of heavies. This is it. It's the reactive players.
Wiped off B. I see 1 TR right now.
Yeah, well, they all barrel through onto A. They didn't keep anyone back for the defense, and as a consequence, they're losing the footing they've just taken.
You know, a lot of laser sights being used right now.
So there's the scoreboard for people wondering. Slotwork 63 really making up the numbers.
Oh.
So yeah, so the VS, yeah, they don't even need to get A because the timer, they will win when the 50-minute rounds, guys. Whoever has the most time on the cap at the end wins. Base cap is an insta-win.
Looks like B-Wae is trying to get A point in. Got 3 guys there. Conk just went in.
Yeah, they're killing the medics as well. So yeah, heavy big conk, didn't even see it. And now it's just 1 medic left. There will be resonators coming out, but these guys are half health. They're just getting up, and that's a easy wipe on A point. Maybe took a couple few more guys than you'd like it to, but it gets the job done. And with very little pressure actually going out anywhere else, there's maybe 1 or 2 guys on D point. Yeah, 3 guys on D point, a little standard little hitman squad. But again, they're gonna...
B-Wae's just gonna come and roll them.
Yeah, right. I think what they need to do now is they really need to adopt these 3-man squads and kind of just, if they can't compete with them on an FPS like kind of skill, like on a 1-to-1 basis, pull the enemy apart. But because they've got so much momentum, it doesn't matter that you can't actually pull them apart because all the spawns are off rotation for the TR. B-Wae can just mop them up as they see fit, and that's exactly what's happening. Yeah, you've got D point, but all you guys in C point already died, so you instead of being pulled apart, you just earn a different point. So yeah.
And one thing saying, like looking out in like the open areas, there's so much B-Wae. It's like,
oh yeah,
just surrender the open area, and they're not even trying to fight B-Wae for it.
And
they're gonna be stuck in buildings the entire time.
Yeah, and if they can keep this momentum up, it's good. Next round we could see the TR kind of pull back into it. The first round can just be a acclimatization to the Jaeger kind of playstyles. But again, so you see here we've got the bolter. The bolter's not really extending anywhere else. He's just being really, really annoying. He's sitting in
Couple
one
people
centralized
wouldn't be-
position, like I said, sitting on hut, hut bridge, and he can just lord over everyone. He's making the enemy bolter focus him instead of his focusing his team, and he's even going to get a res. Look at that. So the TR are starting to push out more. They're going to get B and
is
C
definitely
point.
theirs right now, but
Yeah.
A point's gonna come to roll them.
Let's take a look.
Where are they? Everyone going to A and D right now? Nope, no one going to D.
Well, there's a lot of TR on B point, so it's kind of an issue. I think the B-Wae, this is where B-Wae kind of need to group up a little bit. They seem very spread out right now, and it's quite easy to get cocky at this stage in the game and think, oh, we've won it and we can kind of relax a bit, and all of a sudden you realize it's much closer than you think.
Looks like they're breaching into B or trying to. Yeah, they got B.
Yeah, that's just a really nice pincer movement. The TR is
Resonates
living off
now.
res nades as well, which is
4
never
minutes
sustainable.
left.
4 minutes
5,
left.
sorry.
5. Well, thanks, Nipsel.
Damn it, Zipsel.
So
And TR's back
at
in
this
C.
point, it's kind of like the race to like not be capped for the TR. You've already lost at this point. You lost that very early in the round, in fact. Yeah. Even C point getting taken. D point, TR getting D point, but that's not a problem. You can send 1 or 2 guys to kind of harass them at D point when
B-Wae's
20
already
seconds
gonna
left.
get D point back. They have 3
Yeah.
going.
Now, D point, I think, is for now is firmly TR. They got 2 medics, 2 heavies. 3 medics, 1 heavy. Sorry, that's an interesting combo.
I wonder if their heavies are
but it
just
don't matter.
Shrimpes.
10 seconds. 10 seconds, man. It's over. Oh, C point's getting touched. Oh,
D point looks like B-Wae has it.
yeah, C yeah, they
5
do.
seconds.
Baron's the point, guys. Oh, that's it, and that's the round. That's it. B-Wae win the first round.
To VS, it's 1-0 for B-Wae.
1-0. Wow.
Look at that scoreboard.
That is,
Over
let's
is,
take a look at the round score. 31 kills on Saltwax, 63 Saltwax. Dudus Flutus on 11. 4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1. Go,
1.
go, go.
Go. That's how you do a proper countdown, you German fuck. Yeah, so Saltwax have B-Wae have what? We've got 6 guys here. 5 guys. So they've gone 5-7. So 7 guys on C. So a couple more, and then they've got 5 guys. Gonna pressure Hut, make sure they get Hut control. It looks like Salt just don't care about Hut. One sec. Got
B-Wae's pushing for B. Only left 1 guy for C.
but I had a sound bug. Yeah, so B-Wae going on for B. Just a couple of guys. Let's get inside, see what's happening. It's going to get intense in here. Salt got wiped on the stairs.
Looks like D point's heating up. Got a couple guys there. Oh. Heavy just got flanked.
Big trolls in the Reaver.
All is 3 on D. Triple On's gonna get blasted. Are beacons allowed?
That's sweet. I had to kill a guy. Big trolls. How fun. That's what you get from a meme stream. So it looks like B-Wae are going to... They're probably going to cap B if they still got... Yeah, so there's 1 guy capping B, securing it. A point's going to go down as well because there's just no TR to...
Where's Salt at, though?
Salt are all around D point. Salt are heavy on D. They got stuck on D point there.
B-Wae has the south
Yeah.
down. There's no way they can get out. The only way to get out is through A, but even then, the B-Wae's there.
So again, the NS-15 heavy is just at range, like plucking away at the guys. Like this is it. This is really, like I said, these spawn points, the D, because of all these barriers. If people get close, you get spawn camped like really solidly. And right now, B-Wae shouldn't really overextend. Yeah, they're staying back at stairs over at A point. Like there's no need to overextend. Keep your hold on this point. Don't rush up to the point. They get your defender's advantage with a closer spawn and
right
get
now.
wiped. On C, is it 1 guy though? 'Cause this is the thing.
1 guy
Because
and C.
yeah, well, this is it. All they need to send is one or 2 guys back, and they can keep the hold on D and deal with C. Like, so he's annoying, and yeah, people spawning in are just going straight to C, and the guys moved off C and going to B. So like the whole premise, and they're gonna lose D. Yeah, it all kind of falls apart. Like with these kind of numbers and these kind of like
Salt's pushing out east from that bridge. Wonder what point they're gonna go to, though.
yeah.
Looks like they're gonna C.
C point indeed. Dizzy's mod because Dizzy. Yeah, some Salt Medic doing all right, but like I say, it's a game of whack-a-mole, right? I think Farah uses that analogy, so I'm going to steal it because it's Farah. It's probably good. But it really is like you have A point ticking, you have D point ticking down. You're like, oh, well, we need to defend that, and then B point, and yeah, you have to deal with it all at once. And the VS have done a fantastic job. I'm trying to find where the main action is, but I think it's still all around. Oh, it's actually
C point.
yeah. There's a lot of guys managed to get onto C there. It's,
Like I think 3 up there.
yeah. So while they've been busy like trying to hold D, there's
Oh,
3 or
they're
4 guys went
flanked.
down the bomb. Yeah. So this heavy's gonna flank up the back, and he's probably gonna get a couple of kills.
Definitely
They are
get
medics
the
to revive, but oh, he's got the jumping bug. Oh,
I
that's
lost
unfortunate.
it. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
Wait. I can't get it. One more time, maybe.
One time.
Come on.
Oh yeah, we got it. I mean, it's a bit late now. The guys are off the roof, and air point is ticking down. So,
Infill's still on roof.
oh, the infill's down. That's an
Infill down.
important pick as well. And C point is secured. So, but like TR do have a majority of points now. They're going to be getting
Stink.
B and D. I think D should be going pretty soon. There's a lot of
B-Point
TR
just
around
gets
these guys.
smacked right now.
Yeah.
That TR is wise to run away.
So yeah, B-Wae kind of, like I said, they overextended a bit. They let themselves get flanked. Maybe a bit of a breakdown of communication, just a bit. It happens when you're so far ahead.
10 minutes left.
Little slip
Looks
up, but I think they'll get it back. They're getting B back, and
B-Wae looks like they're going for C right now.
yeah, well, B-Wae will probably keep like C by osmosis. They're gonna have some heavies jump down and get upstairs. But like again, they're gonna lose like Salt are gonna lose A, and then they're gonna pressure on D again, and like they can go through this vicious cycle, but because they're already on the back foot, it makes very little difference. And the points even now is still
TR
ticking
and
down.
C.
Yeah, light assault and
B-Wae's
the heavy.
rotating to it right now.
Yeah. NS15 B-Wae heavy doing his thing.
Oh, rip.
And it's just not. It's just,
Oh!
oh, okay.
That's
So he
a
did
nice defense right there.
nice defense. That's actually a really important play because it means they have to dedicate more numbers to dealing with C. They
It's a bit more
do have
competitive
D
than
though,
round
so it's
one.
like it kind of like you take my home base, I'll take yours, which is really really awkward. D does get pushed. Yeah, so actually, Salt doing a good job of wiping BOE off. BOE overextending, getting a little confident.
This is definitely a lot more offensive from TR.
Yeah, they're getting into the swing of Jaeger
they
now,
gonna get
getting
on
used to the
point?
ping, everything like that.
B-Wae only having C. Shit. I mean, they could win this match by just attrition, just be holding the points long enough, not actually taking the base or getting most kills. Probably
will
the best way
happen.
for them to win.
I'd assume that's the direction they take it, right? Like
Guys,
Octagon of all maps, Octagon is by far one of the biggest like battle of attrition maps because you've got so many points to play whack-a-mole with.
they got
It's not
2
just like a
points,
big 1-point map; it's a big 4-point map. B-Wae going to take B point, and like actually, Salt are bringing it back if they can try and keep this momentum up, trying to find a way to break. They've obviously
they
found a thorn in the side with that C attack. So B-Wae could be in a little bit of trouble here, but I think
They're getting all the points back, except D.
well, B-Wae have been focused on kind of like pressure, like adapting under pressure. And that's exactly what they're doing now. They've realized that, hang on a minute, we've got this weak point at C. We need to find a way of adapting and making sure that, you know, doesn't hurt us as much in the future. And great hold there by that VS Heavy. A point will be taken by the VS. Yeah, it will do. Will
No, they got 2 guys coming in bottom stairs.
do. Bolt is here. Bolt
Oh, they
hits a
got an
body
infill
shot.
there.
Yeah, I think this is actually TR point. Quite
Infill
even,
just
but it's
got
still
blasted.
ticking down.
Oh, the infill just stood there.
Yeah, it's not. That's not smart, Kiki. Not smart.
B-Wae is mainly in the middle near B and C.
Yep, so B-Wae using that hook bridge I was talking about. They've got NS15 heavies shooting across the air, just as I was talking about. It's like I played this game before. Trying to use that range advantage, chip away. D point, yeah, so they're just going to harass D point and A point. Like again, so they've got it to the position where the TR are comfortably locked out the base at many points. And it seems that the wind has again been taking out the sails. That little bit of momentum the TR tried to find, B-Wae have just knocked that down. Unfortunate for them, but maybe have a chance to get it back again. But all 3 points are going to go to VS. Ooh, all 4 points, I should say. I can count.
Looks like they're stuck in that shit sack near
Oh, yeah.
CD. A lot of them are in there right now.
TR did
gonna
just
make a-
get hook control, but again, they're going to give that up immediately. 10-3 guys towards C. Yeah, this is It's not looking great for these guys. For this TR heavy.
B points are also looking good. They need a point badly right now.
The touching C is gonna neutralize C and run around as he realizes that VS Heavies are coming for him, and the VS Heavies mop him up. Big oof. TR Bolt are gonna follow this boy though.
Oh, we got A point and B flipping.
He misses. He hits. He did. No, he's not. Nano Armor Cloak. That was a great addition to the game. That was. He's in. Look at him. He's in the corner.
Dalt's pushing up the D.
I'm sorry. I was asked to follow the TR Bolter. And he, oh, yeah, he's just between a rock and a hard place. And he dies. D point is going to get swarmed by TR. So I don't think this will be a cap out. And that just shows that they're definitely improving. The TR Salt are definitely finding the footing in these games. But it's still, you've got to hand the advantage to B-Wae. You still do. So going into the next map, it will be interesting, I think, to see what happens.
I think it would be more interesting to see if Salt actually was got on Jaeger a couple times, because this probably would be a much closer match.
Yeah, I think...
Round 2 was a lot close.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's starting to show that, you know, I think in the first round, Salt were taken back a bit. Like, oh, these B-Wae guys, they maybe did a little bit of preparation. That preparation begins to pay off. But I think Salt, their kind of starting skill before, you know, the practicing that B-Wae did is a bit higher, so they're managing to adapt just enough to kind of stay competitive in this. So moving on to the next map will be interesting. People in chat saying Salt doesn't have access to Jaeger. Well, actually, you'll find that everyone has access to Jaeger through pickups, which is a thing you can just turn up to. You NA, EU. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I guess you can always request accounts of someone, but yeah, if this is the first time in Jaeger, it's nice display to see.
I mean, even from 1TR's perspective, it was pretty easy to get Jaeger accounts, especially if that new versus outfit thing they did.
Yeah, it's Jaeger's kind of this sterile competitive environment that's used. It's by no means like just an absolute measure of the game, but given the right context, it provides a very good like kind of training ground and also a very good kind of way to settle scores as it's been used tonight. Looks like Chippewan gets absolutely dunked on, and the V6 comes out from 713. That's dangerous, man. You lose and you can't V6. Oh, the knifey boy, and he gets absolutely shanked. Look at that. TR Bolter just getting way too big for his boots.
Here, being careful on B point.
I think B-Wae can relax a bit right now, at least. Like, oh, the TR Medics can revive everyone. That's pretty dope. But yeah, like, let's be honest. Like, B-Wae can relax a bit. They have a good advantage. They're gonna keep both the B and C point. C and D points. Wow. Okay, that's not right.
TR's getting D point right now, looks like.
Yeah, that's true. TR is making a push for B. Oh, they've got B, but I mean, VS are gonna just like whip it off. It's like you say, you get D point, but then you lose B point, so it's like you still stay net down a point. VS really using the plateau here by Hut, just kind of really like much better than Salt are using it. I haven't really seen Salt use it apart from like clearing people off and then pushing through, not really stopping and realizing that they're in a great position to cut up the map. Like,
interesting how
yeah, go on.
B-Wae had a chance to go to D, but they didn't. They just all stopped for some reason and turned around.
Maybe, I think what happens there is they maybe get the call like, you're overextending, we don't need that point we're getting here. Which is the case. So maybe that's what happened there. Because overextending, you know, even when you're winning, you don't want to be cocky, you don't want to like risk that kind of thing. You want to give yourself the best possible chance of winning, and yeah, by not overextending, that's the best thing you can do. Like I said, if you let the enemies have 1 point, it kind of you can keep them in one zone. Where if you don't have any points, they'll start flanking and getting desperate.
BS got
So
D
there's
point.
yeah, D points getting the TR are making a push for C. So let's follow these medics up a bit.
Oh, where they are?
Yeah, so VS Bolter goes down. Yeah, so some TR are going to C again. Again, it's that whack-a-mole. They get D point. So, but yeah, 2 minutes. Right now, it's about the pride, right? It's about not being capped if you Salt.
Got 3 points flipping right now. That's gonna spread B-Wae out a lot. It looks like they're gonna.
Yeah,
get
C point's
right
gonna.
now.
Yeah, the reinforcements from that Sunday are like, again keeping this alive by just pure osmosis. B point's looking pretty empty. The guys over at A point, they're gonna go down. Doing a great job of holding so far, the B-Wae guys, but Oh, actually, I say that. The good flank from the guys on the roof, really using that vertical positioning to their advantage. So they're going to stay alive for a lot longer than they should do. Maybe even means that we can get A point back if you're... Yep, B-Wae going to start touching A point.
Definitely been a more fun match to watch than last one.
Yeah. People have warmed up now. Oh, there we go. We get proper time of day. That's good. My eyes.
I have to turn my brightness down now.
Overall, I think if the guys at Salt had used the plateau, I think this would have been a much more even game. I feel like they've warmed up a bit now. The B-Wae guys, I think, were pretty warmed up. They've been training a lot all day. But yeah, the B-Wae guys. No. So it's whoever has the most time. If there's no cap, it's whoever has the most time. So it would still be 2-0 in this best of 5.
Salt, you gotta make a play.
Towards B-Wae. So it's about the pride cap now, and they're not winning this. I don't think there isn't enough time for them to pull this back.
Maybe they all want to see.
A point getting wiped.
Everything else left.
It'll be interesting to see if the B-Wae guys continue to use NS weapons on oh my god,
4,
Bridgewater.
3, 2, 1.
One B-Wae.
To see if it's there we go. B-Wae take that. So 2-0
0.
in favor of B-Wae, and we're gonna hop over to our next map in this best of 5, which is on Hossin, and that is Bridgewater shipping, which I covered earlier.
2, 1, go.
So B-Wae are sending. Oh, so B-Wae instead they're just sending the 1 heavy up a second. So when I played them before, they haven't. So just 1 heavy for the flank.
To warehouse.
And B-Wae sent 1 heavy to warehouse. Okay, so that can work.
Salt's avoiding point right now. They're going around. Oh, now they're going on points.
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, this is a nice firefight.
So let's take a look. So jungle actually B-Wae going quite aggressive on it. They are gonna mopping up on jungle of B-Wae. On point, B-Wae again getting the better stronghold. The warehouse, so pushing in warehouse, a lot of guys died to just a couple of flanks. So the bolter was playing in warehouse. I was right. There we go.
Salt just got wiped off.
So yeah, B-Wae got point. Salt have like 1 or 2 guys in warehouse. They're going, what happened? What happened? And you just lost. So yeah, I was right actually. So Kiki was playing in warehouse. So it is, so it's probably Chippy1 and Kiki in warehouse, like I said. I just didn't see them probably because they were cloaked. And this is what I'm talking about. This spawn camp is so brutal.
Oh, this might
So
be the death
brutal.
sentence right here.
Yeah, you can get absolutely, look how, stuck in the point you are. Look at all these conks going off as well. So the second you actually want to push, you end up being conked. And not just 1 or 2, not 1 conk, it's 2 conks.
I think Salt's gonna need to send a flank at least 3 people to get some B-Wae off.
Yeah, so you can look at this. Look at the forest as well. You can medic ball so effectively with medic shields as well to heal up quickly, and you can keep these guys pinned back with 3 guys for so long.
Oh, TR just took that spot.
Yeah, I mean, but look how many of them took it get off 3 guys. And right now they'll be calling the B-Wae are calling the rotation. They've lost a lot of guys though, so they might lose it. And I think, going through jungle, they're gonna barrel onto point quite effectively.
Good B-Wae's counterattack.
Well, B-Wae are going to get the spawn up, but more importantly, Salt aren't going to have time to get in a good spawn camping position. So it's going to allow B-Wae to get another round of spawns up and hopefully, well, for them, hopefully push them off.
B-Wae still has warehouse. Oh, one Salt guy went in. 2 in there.
Yep. Warehouse become more of the reactive players. The point really heats up. But yeah, it looks like Salt are getting wiped on the point pretty aggressively.
Pretty handily.
Yeah, that's big oof. That is big oof. This is a big map that B-Wae have been prepping for. I'd say they prep more for this than the Octagon.
Yeah, because you don't play this map on live. You play Octagon live all the time, but Bridgewater, maybe once in a blue moon or the off-con.
Oh yeah, it's so close to the warp gate, you just don't get the chance. And yeah, again, this spawn camp is so brutal because it's not just about being stuck on the stairs. You get stuck behind this wall, and again, just 1 or 2 guys, 3 guys, just 3 guys at this tree can hold off 6 or 7 plus guys at those walls because it's such a bad choke point. As long as they
play for warehouse.
They're doing a fantastic job at this tree of not overextending, unlike you, and just rotating like who's taking the damage. Like it's perfect with that shield bubble. It's just a perfect position. Salt do manage to push B-Wae off, and they manage to take red crit, but they aren't quite getting to the point yet. And again, like the B-Wae guys, they've fallen back quite happily. You know, they've said it right. Let's not get wipes. Let's maintain some kind of foothold to push back into the point with. You know, prevent ourselves from being spawn capped, and they're doing a fantastic job of staying around these boxes. Towards alley, Salt are getting mopped up as well. Warehouse belongs to B-Wae.
Not having warehouse is a big problem.
Yeah, there. So
Crossfire hurts.
around the jungle head glitch. Sorry, I'm dying. Around jungle head glitch was where the Salt were kind of medic balled up in a corner as they were resing people, but they just can't seem to compete on the 1v1 standard that that B-Wae can, and as a consequence, they're just getting bullied off point every time.
I think we're seeing more non-NS weapons right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like they're using any NS15s anymore.
Yeah, so yeah, the NS15s were definitely then just like used to kind of take advantage of the Octagon's range, as I was saying. They're going to better, the Orion's going to have higher DPS, be much better in these CQC engagements. Yeah, using this jungle linchpin is like so important right now for the VS. There's a couple of guys using the NS11A, but I mean, you know, it's not a bad choice still.
Yeah.
Salt are going to go for alley control and go to flank. The problem is that like they've got a guy flanking to kind of look for people coming from spawn, but when you ain't killing anyone and they've got plenty of medics, nobody's actually going to be using the spawn. It does get always got to the shuffle box. Oh, now that is what I'm talking about. Like I said, that you can do some black magic fuckery on that box, but it goes
10
down.
minutes remaining.
10 minutes, and like that flank's great and all, but it
didn't pay off at all.
yeah, it's like one guy kills 2 medics. Brilliant. Killing 2 medics is really important, but when you've got such a like strong foothold on the point, losing their medics is not a huge problem.
Now, if Salt timed the flank with the push, they might have gotten point, but still.
Oh yeah, well I mean that's. Holy shit, this is fun. Yeah, well, it's. I'm glad you're having fun, if nothing else.
Let's wait for Salt versus B-Wae, Electric Boogaloo too.
No, that's. I'll dab when the camera comes back on for that one.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Kiki getting the mad frags, and they get conked and die, but I mean they lasted way longer than they should do. 50 seconds left on the point. Salt could make a push through alley, but will they? Will they manage? Because B-Wae are going to reinforce very, very quickly.
Looks like B-Wae's setting up that spawn camp again.
Yeah.
Looking at the scoreboard, it's not as many kills as last base. It's a bit more spread out.
Yeah, well, I think because this map splits people off into lanes, it's a lot easier kind of like get a better spread of kills, if that makes sense.
I see, I guess.
People are going to split up.
B-Wae has 3 in double digits, and Salt has 3 also, looks like. Salt better try to do something right now. They ain't got much time.
B-Wae, 9 seconds. This is the desperation push. Conk's going onto the point. They're touching it. They're touching it.
Where are the resonates?
Yeah, there's no res. There's AoE heal, but no res. Let's get in.
Think I get that point? Oh.
Yeah, I mean they got it with numbers, but how long they can't sustain it, and they're just gonna get wiped off the point.
Looks B-Wae looks like.
So it looks like it's gonna be GG to B-Wae. Let's see, will the miracle push come in? And it ain't happening. It's already happened. This is it. This is where it goes down. Oh my god! It's 7, 6, 5, 4. The GGs are in chat. They know it's
GG
all
to
over.
B-Wae. Congratulations.
B-Wae win the
4-3-0.
grudge match.
I got a basic impact.